Alrighty, rockers. Cold Chamber is back. Their brand new album, Rivals, getting ready to come out on May 19th. You can pre-order it now. And while you're going online to do that pre-order, don't go anywhere. Stay right here and listen, because I'm very happy and honored to be joined by phone right now by the drummer of Cold Chamber, the one and only Mikey Cox. Mikey, thank you for joining me here inside the ASYLUM.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's good to be on.
Good to have you, man. Listen, man, I'm a long-time listener and fan of Cold Chamber. As a matter of fact, I was just looking at the albums yesterday before I sat down and checked out the new album, Rivals, which is coming out in just a few weeks. And I got to look at them going, man, it's been a long time, and everyone knows there was some things going on over the years, but forget what went down. What basically, got everyone together to say, you know what, time has come, let's do this.
Well, after the breakup, many years ago, we just started talking, and we became friends. And we were never really friends when we were in the band together before. So we all just kind of got to know each other all over again. And, over the years we just talked, and, we never really talked about getting back together. And, it kind of just happened with the reunion going to Australia. And all the shows went so well that we just kept going. And, the record label that we have now, Napalm, approached us, and we decided to make a record. It all kind of just, made itself happen. So, but the first thing was to become friends. And, we fought so much in the past that we wanted to make sure that we never had any of that again. And, we're getting along brilliantly, and, everyone's on the same page, and everything's going good.
It's always good to hear. I mean, it sucks for, from a fan's perspective, to see, that you guys fell into the band business reasons for the breakup. You guys really came out guns blazing with the first album, and the second album, Chamber Music, did really well. And Dark Days was a little bit darker maybe than some was expected, but really well appreciated by fans. And from a fan's perspective, you always hate to hear when the business side of it is a result of a breakup.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a business thing for us. We just didn't like each other, and we were all living crazy lifestyles and being unhealthy, and the business side of stuff never gets in the way of Cold Chamber at all. It's always a personal thing, and if we can't get along as people, then we don't do it. And there was no business because of the breakup. Our business was doing very well when we broke up, so we actually took a hit there by breaking up. And it was just something that had to happen, and we didn't get back together for business. We wanted to get back together and finish what we started. And it sucks that it took 12 years for us to do that. But if we would have got back together anytime sooner, we probably would have broke up again. So everything has worked out perfectly.
Like, that's always good to hear. Sometimes it's all about the timing, and that definitely is the case here with you guys. Timing is right. And Rivals, I've had it now for just a couple of days now. I'm really digging into it, really enjoying a bunch of the tracks on there. And I want to talk a little bit about the writing process. What was it like for you guys? Now that you guys went in as friends and not fighting or not having issues going into doing it, was anything different in the writing and the recording of the album when you guys went in to do Rivals, as opposed to how it was, several years ago when you guys got down to do the albums then?
Well, usually the songs start with me and Meeks. We come up with the music, and me and him usually get all the bass work done, the foundation of the song, and then we would send it to Dez, and Dez would send lyrics through the iPhone, like whisper it into the iPhone and send it back to us, and we started going from there, and then we all got together in the pre-production room, and we were writing like a song a day, and we all did it as a unit. Back in the day, like when we wrote Dark Days, we all did our parts separate. Dez wasn't there when I was doing my drums. We weren't even in the same room together. So the process has changed in that aspect of, all of us being there and all of us, throwing our input in and making it work. Whereas before we couldn't even be in the same room together to get it done. So, the process was the same musically, but a lot different on the personal level. And we all really enjoyed making this record.
It's stuff like that carries over into the albums. There are so many that are gonna just dive into the album and just go, "Who cares? It's been 12 years. Finally, Cold Chamber, new music." And there were those fans that are just gonna dive in, and there were those like myself that are gonna, sit there and take it in, and you can feel that there's a unity on it. You guys are together as a full unit on there, and it's great to have you guys back and doing it, and more importantly, enjoying doing it together is really the key part.
Yeah, I think it shows with the songs that we wrote as a unit, and there wasn't any animosity or anything with us, and I think it really shows in the songs. How we recorded it, and how Mark Lewis, our producer, got the songs out of us, and everything just kind of flowed, and the record came out better than I thought it would, and I think the rest of the band feels the same way. So that just goes to show that if you can squash all the personal problems, which we did a long time ago, and just get down to the nuts and bolts of writing music, that you can come out with something special, and I really think we did.
You guys definitely nailed it. And there are songs on there that people can connect to. I don't know if part of the writing process had to do with maybe realizing what had gone on in the past or not. Songs like "Bridges You Burn," where the lyrics are "watching you walk away while the bridges you burn light the way," almost sounds like it was a realization for you guys of what had gone on, and realizing that wasn't the way to go. Did that come through in some of the writing, or was that me maybe reading too deeply into everything?
No, well, that's personally my favorite song on the record, and it's kind of universal. That song isn't about anyone in Cold Chamber. This is the first record where Dez says that he hasn't wrote any songs about anyone in Cold Chamber, because on the other records there was definitely songs about me and Meeks, dislike for us and all that, and this. I think "Bridges You Burn" is like everyone on this planet can take something from that song, and everyone's dealt with it, and it's all how you come out of it. Everyone's been stabbed in the back. Everyone's had something and had it taken away, and it's all how you bounce back from that stuff.
Absolutely, man. I as soon as I heard that one, it clicked with me, because I have been in that scenario in recent times. So that was the one that resonated with me. And I also listened to the title track, and I gotta wonder, because everyone, whether you want to admit to it or not, everyone's got their own personal rivalry with someone or something. Was the title track and the name of the album being rivals kind of a way of maybe inspiring people that, you may not admit to it, but you have a rival, and if you keep going where you're going, that rival inspires you to be better than who you are, kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the rivals is another universal thing. What we take from it is, on the CD cover, it's rivals and it's crossed out. People ask if rivals is about us, and each other in the band, and it's not. It's more or less beating a rival within yourself. And the biggest obstacle you have in life is yourself, and your own rival in your own head. And getting past that is a special thing. And you always have to battle that other voice in your head, that other rival. And that's pretty much where that song goes.
It is a true case. I mean, there were so many times, the oldest saying in the book is you're your own worst enemy when it comes to criticism and what you can do with your life. So
exactly.
that definitely rings true in so many ways. And
it doesn't matter what anyone fucking thinks of you. It all matters what you think of yourself and what you do with it. Everybody has an opinion on other people, and you can take the criticism or you can rise above it. And your biggest enemy is yourself. 100%.
Exactly. I mean, look, I live by that, every day of my life. Those that know me and follow me online and all that know that even though I'm disabled, I've never let that, hold me back. I am still out there doing the shows, doing the internet radio, having an opportunity to speak with individuals like yourself and many others I've listened to over the years. And I don't hide it. I've been out in the pits. I'm long-haired and tattooed, and I've been listening to me and goes, damn man, you're out there doing it. And I'm like, well, why not? Why shouldn't I be out there doing it?
Exactly. There's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it, man. And you can let people tell you no, or you can just go past them and do it yourself. And it's a good thing to do.
Absolutely, man. For those who are joining in, little late Mikey Cox of Cold Chamber on the phone with me here inside the Asylum. The new album, Rivals, available soon. May 19th is the date now. Mikey, you guys have already rolled through the U.S. I'm going to guess it's a first leg of U.S. dates to kind of let everyone know that you guys are back, get a vibe for everything, see how the new album, how the new music from the new album is being accepted live. What's the feedback for you guys now that you've been out on the road, you've done that run? How's the fan feedback been, not only in general, but also for the new material?
Everything has been insane for us. We just did the United States tour, which was awesome. And then we did South America just now. I've been home for like 4 or 5 days now. And that was amazing, the response from the new songs. There's already people singing the words to the new songs, and they haven't really been out for too long. So the response is crazy. We go to Europe on May 18th, and our show in London's already sold out. So the response has been tremendous. It's almost like we never left. And for people to stick by us and show support after 12 years is a tremendous thing for us, and it keeps us going.
Yeah, that speaks also volumes to the music scene. I mean, Mikey, you and I are not blind to what goes on social media. Most of us are on it regularly. We keep up on it, and we know what people are saying. And was there at any point in the process that you guys were worried that maybe you guys were away too long, that maybe it wasn't going to work, or or were you guys just with that mentality of, you know what, we're gonna do this, and if we sell out, and if the album sells, it's a bonus. Were you guys nervous at all as things got closer and closer to happening based on how long you guys have been away?
Yeah. I mean, even if you're a band that doesn't break up and you take a year off to write a record, you still have that same anxiety when the record comes out of, are people going to like it? Is this and that? And that's just a natural thing to have. But for us writing this record, we went into it saying we really don't give a fuck what people think, and we need to write this for ourselves and the fans that stuck by us. And if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think if you go into writing a record and you try to make a formula to write a record, it's not true to yourself, and B, it most of the time doesn't work. So we do have the we don't give a fuck attitude for sure, but we knew writing Coal Chamber Music would come out like Coal Chamber Music, and the response has been so good that it's just that added bonus.
That's something else that you bring up that I got to touch on. You guys writing Coal Chamber Music, and there are a lot of bands that, even like you said, they'll take a year off between albums. Even those bands worry about writing the way their fans know them, or maybe trying something new to try to maybe feel out a new audience. Was that something else that you guys were worried about in that time, all that time off? Is that were you afraid that maybe when you went into write it wouldn't sound Coal Chamber, or maybe it would sound too much and you would have people worrying that you were going for a nostalgia feel? Was that also any concern going in?
No, not really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but when Meeks and I start to write a song, we lay down whatever comes out, and normally, when we're writing for Coal Chamber, it comes out just like it does. We don't change it too much after we write it, and we of course there's a little, I wonder if people are gonna like it. Should we write like an old record? Should we write like a new record? And after a while of going back and forth, you just write. You put everything aside and you just write. And the songs that you hear on the record are what we wrote. We weren't aiming. We were aiming for a nasty sounding record. That was our goal, and I think we came out with a nasty sounding record.
Yeah, you guys definitely did hit the mark with this album. I mean, as soon as I turned it on, and the opening track, I Owe You Nothing, hit, I wasn't sitting there finding myself going, well, is this or isn't this Coal Chamber? And I didn't really have to say, okay, I gotta dig back into Dark Days and Chamber Music for that comparison, because right out of the gate it was there. It was, no, this is that hard, hitting, heavy, lower tone music that we've come to know and love from you guys over the years, and as many have come to miss in that 12-year frame.
Yeah, I mean, just the dark, heavy thing is what we've always done. Dark Days was definitely a darker record for us, but we were also in a very dark place as people, and a lot of people wanted us to, are we going to continue with the Dark Days sound, or are we going to go back to the first record sound? And you can't sit and try to continue one record from the next after 12 years off. It's impossible, because we're totally different people, and we're all matured as musicians. So, it just so happens that these songs came out the way they did, and I think it's a blend of all the records, and I think it's, a nasty, aggressive sounding record, and, we're very happy with it.
As you guys should be. I mean, it's great, as someone that, back in the day grew up in high school, listening, remembering when you guys first broke out, and when Korn first broke out, and that whole new metal sound, broke out. It's reassuring to see you guys not only still around, but still making amazing music and still selling out to the same crowds, if not better crowds, than you were all those years ago.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing because I mean our music when we came out it was pretty experimental, and we weren't with us and Korn and all the bands that were doing the down tuned music, we were all trying to do something different, and I mean it all could have failed, and it just so happens we all broke out and we're doing something different, and to keep music going, there always has to be different styles of music, and I'm proud to be part of the scene that we're in, and I love all the bands that we play with and that are part of the scene, and I think a lot of people out there appreciate it as well.
Absolutely, and yeah, they do. I mean, it's the fact that you guys already have sold out all over over in England on your first show, and you guys had just an amazing turnout on all the shows here in the States. Just says it all. And I also bring up that you guys set a standard with that new metal sound back in the day, and then it was a new sound, and now it's kind of, well, okay, we all know it. Where do you think we're headed musically? I mean, you're part of the last kind of new turn in music that everyone kind of looks back to as a big change in rock and metal. Where do you see things now that you've been around for the years that you've been? Do you see a change coming, or are we kind of in a mode of, well, everything works?
Yeah, well, I think music always goes full circle in some aspect or not. A little more modernized. When we came out, there was no such thing as new metal. That term came after we came out. New metal wasn't a term, and then people like to put genres on stuff, and that's what they came up with. And we'll fly the flag for it if we have to. And heavy music's always going to be heavy. Right now there's the super technical, extreme metal that's going on, and who knows where it's going to go after that. It might go back to very simple. Who knows where it's going to go, and it all depends on that next young band that comes out that does it, and a bunch of bands will follow suit, and it all goes on like a 10-20 year cycle of how music reinvents itself, if you will.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm noticing too many different things going on. I thought, I wanted to get your take on where you saw things going, and I appreciate your input, man. And I know you got a lot going on, a lot of press going on with Rivals getting ready to come out on May 19th. I just want to ask you one more thing before I let you go. I know it's really too soon to say what the next steps are for you guys, but what are the plans, let's say, for the fall? I know right now you guys are getting ready, as you said, they're going to do some dates over in the UK and over in Europe. What's the plan for the second half of 2015 for Cold Chamber?
Well, we're working on Australia right now. We're definitely going to hit the States again. And, right now we're booked through the end of August. And then, we got to see what this record does to see, what tours to do and where we're going to go. So it's kind of a waiting game to see how the record sells. And if it does and if it doesn't, either way we're going to tour. And this band has made, our bones, if you will, by touring nonstop. So we like to tour. That's our favorite time. Touring is what we love. We write music so we can go on tour and play the music for people. And so whatever tours present themselves, I'm sure we'll jump on.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to it, and we'll make sure you go out and pre-order your copy of Rivals coming out on May 19th from Cold Chamber. Mikey Cox, of Cold Chamber. Thank you for joining me here inside the Asylum tonight. Before I let you go, I gotta ask you, we talked a lot about the new album, a bunch of different tracks have been brought up. Which one would you like the audience to hear as they await the arrival?
I love Bridges You Burn is my jam. So let's rock that one.
You got it, man. Alright, right now, Mikey Cox's favorite from the new album Rivals, coming out May 19th. Go get it. Here it is. Brand new music from Cold Chamber. The Bridges You Burn.
Thank you.